Greetings, St. Paul's Church. I really like the title and the verse for the devotion today in odb.org, Our Daily Bread. The title, Made to Do Good for God. The verse, Ephesians 2:10. We are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works. The author of the Devotional talks about how he did something nice for a complete stranger, and after doing that, he said, "Why do I feel so good about doing such a small thing?" And he continues, "It turns out that the human body produces chemicals that improve our mood when we're kind to others. We're made to feel good when we do good. That's not surprising because we were created by God, by a good God who made us to be like Him." Normally, I try not to be confusing and too philosophical. I try to be really simple, but I'm going to get a little philosophical today. In the past, I've heard people say, if you do something good and you really enjoy it, it's really just a selfish act and you're doing it for yourself. And today I'm going to explain why I don't agree with that. In a very similar vein, I've been in churches where we would put a lot of resources and woman power and manpower and human power to do mission work overseas. And there were always critics or haters pointing holes, saying, "Are you really helping people, or are you just doing it to feel good about yourself?" In the same way, I've been part of churches where we put a lot of resources and time in doing inner city ministry and ministering to the homeless, and the same arguments would come out. And I want to say this: you should self-evaluate. You should be strategic. You should be smart, especially when you use church money and resources, which is God's money. But I don't agree with those arguments that are just being super critical when people are just trying to serve, trying to make an impact in the world globally and locally. And I don't believe that argument that if you enjoy it, you're not really doing it for God or for others, that you're doing it for yourself. Because I love today's devotional, which is reasoning from that verse, we were created by God to do good works. And what that tells me is every single one of us, none of us are perfect. We have flaws and sins, but we all have redeeming qualities. We've all been created in God's image. And every single one of us was created to do good works. So if you're not doing good works, something in your daily living is going to break down. Something's not working. You're not doing what you were created to do, and it's going to cause problems. But when you actually do good works, it feeds you life. It's invigorating. It gives you energy. It gives you happiness. It gives you those endorphins which make you feel good, because that's the way we are hardwired physically, emotionally, and spiritually. When we do good works, we're actually living out our purpose. We're doing what we were created to do. You know, I've seen many studies and read many studies on happiness, and many of these studies say the same thing. Once you're above the poverty level, studies show that money does not buy more happiness, except if you give your money away. Then it buys happiness because it makes you feel so good. And there are people in life who figured this out. They love to give They love to serve. They love to do good works. Maybe they are not too concerned of how effective it is, and they have not been incredibly strategic or self-reflective, but maybe they should be. I don't know. I'm not here to say that, but they've discovered this pattern in life and this positive spiral that when they give, when they do good, it makes them so fulfilled, it's so life-giving that they have to keep doing it. And they have this motivation to earn and to give more. And I want to just leave you with that. It's a bit philosophical, but what that key verse, God created us to do good works. Are you doing those good works? And if not, what can you do that will give you life because you're living out your purpose? Thank you so much for watching this week's video, and looking forward to seeing you on Sunday.